What did you have for breakfast? Almost everything you eat contains behemoth amounts of secrets, and all on a molecular level. On average, the most eaten cereal in the United States of America is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why should this pertain to anything that's on the molecular level? That's a great question, and many Americans don't know the answer. Food companies would also like it to stay that way, especially big companies like General Mills or Kellogg's. Do you know what's in your Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Every morning when the average Coloradan wakes up and has their bowl of Special K, they're putting not normal wheat, but rather abnormal wheat into their bowl. All those tasty looking bits of cereal aren't exactly what you'd want. GMOs, genetically modified organisms, are created when scientists extract DNA from one organism and input that extracted DNA into the target organisms.
A common misconception is that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of genetically modified crops. How many actually are there?
Well, the number is really very small. There are only 8. And those are corn, soybeans, cotton, canola, alfalfa, sugar beet, papaya, and a small amount of summer squash.
Does the FDA regulate genetically modified foods?
Yes, it does, and it does in conjunction with the Department of Agriculture and the Environmental Protection Agency. I was a consumer representative on the committee. They didn't listen to the consumer representatives. We warned the FDA at the time, and this was now 20 years ago, that if they didn't label genetically modified foods, there would be a consumer backlash against them because consumers would wonder what they were trying to hide. And I think that's what's happening now. And the big surprise to me is that it took 20 years to get to this point.
For some people at least, a label would be interpreted as a warning that there was something wrong, when in fact, according to FDA, there's no evidence that there is health consequences.
Is there more action for labeling on the federal side or on the state side?
Well, it's all happening at the state side. The feds have made their decision about it. They made their decision in 1994.
Over the years, the number of genetically modified products has skyrocketed. A few of these products include the popular genetically modified corn, cotton, and soybeans. As you can see here, over the years till current day, these products have been genetically modified in the masses.
Now you may be wondering, what is the difference between BT corn and HT corn, and BT cotton and HT cotton? Well, this is a very simple question to ask, but it's a very hard one to answer. Most simply, BT corn uses crystal proteins to keep pests and bugs away, and HT corn uses herbicides to keep pests and bugs away.
Do you want to be eating this in your own food?
Cases of genetic modification can be found in Chinook salmon. A gene from a powfish is inserted into the growth hormone gene of the salmon, thus making the salmon grow and reproduce faster. Our group traveled to Colorado State University Plant Science Lab to interview Professor Patrick Byrne.
Could you introduce a little about yourself and your occupation?
Yes, I work at Colorado State University. I'm in the Department of Soil and Crop Sciences. My field is plant breeding and genetics, and mostly I work with wheat, beans, and canola.
Could you define what you think genetic modification or genetic engineering would be in your terms?
Mm-hmm. I prefer the term genetic engineering.
Yeah, okay.
And that refers to the laboratory techniques for introducing genes from one organism into another.
Okay. Do you think labeling genetically modified foods is really the right answer? We've given you the facts. Now you decide. Do you want to be blind about what you're eating or not? GMO labeling.